What up, YouTube? Before we start the video, we got a very important announcement for you.
That's right, we have our new milestone giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. That is a CGC 9.8 graded Thor #1. This cover is a Nick Klein sketch variant that is also signed by Donny Cates.
What? Are you crazy? Yes, we are. When we hit 2,000 subs, we're giving away this bad boy. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It would be much appreciated because we want to give this away, but we only can do that when we hit 2,000 subs. Let's get to the video. What up, YouTube? I'm Jim.
I'm Nate.
And we are Two Fat Guys Pull List, and we have another new Comic Day video for you for the week of April 17th.
Yes.
And there's a lot of books, and there's no time to stall, so let's just do it.
A lot of books. Let's go.
All right, first up from Boom Studios, we have Blow Away, issue #1 from Zach Thompson.
Yes. Main motivation here, clearly.
Boom #1.
I also, Zach Thompson.
Okay.
Listen, Zach Thompson read a lot of good stuff. His last thing, Hunts for the Skinwalkers, probably shouldn't have said it. It was putrid. So I would love to see how his other Boom does. This is a neo-noir crime thriller rife with murder and paranoia in the tradition of Fargo and Rear Window. That part is what really got me. Those are two very good movies.
All right, then. All right, well, looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
After that, from Boombox, we have I Heart Skullcrusher issue #2 from Campbell. Issue 1 was a silly goose time. We established a world very quickly. We established new teammates, moving on towards this goal of playing with Skullcrusher. And, it kind of feels like an anime arc where we're gaining new characters, growing our team so that we can find our end goal, which is play with Skullcrusher in this wicked crazy game. Yeah, it should be fun. This is, it's not a throwaway book, but it's just a silly goose time. It's just kind of, fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first issue. I'm on an issue.
I am too.
Oh.
Issue to issue basis, but it doesn't speak anything about the book. It's just, we got a lot of books.
A lot of books, exactly.
After that, we have Helen of the Windhorn, issue #2 from Dark Horse, Tom King.
Yes, this was chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Very very genre mashing. Like there's a lot of different things. If you have not heard me gush about Cy Spurrier's The Rush before, the prose that are present in that comic, very similar here. Of course, it's Tom King, so it's going to be a little verbose, but Tom King actually makes it worth it in this one. In Wonder Woman and other things, it's too much. Here, it totally fits the whole aesthetic, the whole theme feeling that we're going. It's a little bit fantastical. It's a little bit romantic. It's a little bit, I don't know, turn of the century gothic, not horror, but thriller. Let's say.
Okay.
I'm very enthusiastic about this book after the first issue.
All right, sounds good. All right, after that, from Skybound/Image, we have Cobra Commander issue #4, and we've got this demon looking thing from Cobra Kai or whatever, I forget, the Cobra Nation, I don't know. There's a lot of G.I. Joe going on here, obviously, because it's a G.I. Joe book, and I don't know all the characters. Am I still reading it? Hell yeah, because something's gonna happen that's gonna be a connecting thread to this Energon universe, and that's what Cobra Commander is looking for right now. He's looking for a cash grab of Energon on Earth, and I think we may get that in this issue. We'll see.
You have considerable more hope in this book than I do. I am only reading this because I have the sunk cost fallacy. I've done 3 of the 5 issues. Might as well just finish it off. Williamson painted us a book that was going to be a horror with a big tie-in. I've none of that so far. I absolutely do not trust him to stick.
Well, the only reason why I say that we're going to get some Energon is because cover B looks like this. And it's quite literally Cobra Commander just in a pile of Energon. So right. I have to hope that that's where we're going. We'll have to wait and see, but it is what it is. All right, next up from Image, we have Kid Cudi presents Moon Man issue #2. I liked issue 1. It may have had its inconsistencies, but I still enjoyed it. I thought visually it was stunning, And so I'm hoping that we continue that here. And we've got our main character, continuing to understand and figure out his powers while also trying to maybe maintain a persona of being a superhero. Pretty cool. Also, Kid Cudi is releasing new tracks every issue. We got a new track with issue 1, and we're going to get a new track with issue 2. So when you can combine a new comic book with new music from Kid Cudi, it's a win-win for me, even though the storytelling itself may be a little jumbled. I'm still here for it.
If this is your pick of the week, I might pick it up after the show, but I can't.
No, I
really
won't fault you. Can't fault you for that. All right, jumping over to Marvel, we got Twilight or Avengers Twilight issue number. I don't see the number on here.
5. This will be issue 5.
This has been a big surprise. I really had no expectations for the book outside of it's a Chip Zdarsky Avengers book, but man, this has been really fun, and some of the issues have actually have been my pick of the week. So Tony has been has been resurrected. He's a floating head within a Iron Man suit of armor. We've got Thor just being a fucking badass, and Captain America, he's doing his thing. He's building his team, but this team looks really cool. And I don't know. The book has been fun unexpectedly. And so I'm ready for a silly goose time with a potential oh shit, a couple oh shit moments. It's happened before, and poo-poo on me for doubting Chip Zdarsky.
I guess the poo-poo's still on me. I missed the last 2 issues and unmotivated to catch up. So maybe I will for this one. With a 16 book week, I doubt it.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. All right, after that, we have Captain Marvel, and the issue's not on here. I don't...
7.
7. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of tired of this Negaban thing. It's been kind of boring, and I feel like whatever momentum the book gets, it immediately gets squashed with either the Negabans or forced character development that I just don't care about. And I hate saying that because this is Alyssa Wong, so I'm still here. We'll see. But my hopes for the book are starting to slowly wane.
Yeah. And mine are a little bit too, because I am checking. Sure. We have July solicitations. Guess what's not on it?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. So it looks like this is probably ending at issue 9.
Ruh-roh.
I guess I'll read the rest to figure out what happens, but I can't say I'm surprised in this.
Kind of not surprised. Yeah, like that's not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we have Dead X-Men issue number 4, and I mean, this is one of these books that I'm not really too high on the Fall of X storyline at the moment, but Dead X-Men is one of the books that is actually really fun. This little tie-in to what's going on with X-Men, and this one should be very interesting, especially with what happened in the most recent X-Men Forever book, with Rachel Summers being shot and killed by Professor X. Yeah,
what?
so she. Oh yeah, you missed that because we didn't have a show. So Rachel Summers, you know how Moira was supposed to get shot?
Mm-hmm.
No, Rachel Summers got shot.
Well, she's not gonna die.
Well, she's dead. She died, and
Nope, she's got the Phoenix in her.
Exactly. But you've got this team who is being directed, captained by Rachel Summers, and it's very clear that they're about to find out that Xavier just pulled the trigger on her. And it's, you're right. What's going to happen is that the Phoenix is the key to resetting everything. And that's going to happen within Jean, and it's going to happen within Rachel Summers. But it'll be very cool to see how our team here, because they're dealing with this incredibly, dare I say, badass version of Moira, who has a Mysterium fused mutant head axe jumping through time, making sure that she wins. And that just sounds metal as shit. So I am interested in this because it's been fun. It's been one of the better X-Men books as of late. So better than X-Force.
I'm all off on X books, of course, but I feel kind of silly. I should have maybe paid attention to this one more because this team is badass, right?
No, like, the whole team is
badass. Rachel Summers, Cannonball, Dazzler,
Jubilee.
Yeah, that's a dynamite team right there.
It's a fucking killer team. It's so good. So, All right. Speaking of other X-Men, we have The Fall of the House of X, issue number 4 from Gary Jerry. My expectations are incredibly low for this half of the Fall of X books because, unfortunately for Gary Jerry, this book just feels very like, just finish it, just get it going, and there just is no time for any kind of plot movement. There's no time for story progression. It's just get it over with, and it's very apparent. And I hate that for Gary because, like, I feel like he got the short end of the stick. So any movement that is made in this book feels very forced because really it does quite feel like Kieran Gillen is at the driver's seat of the entire X universe. Rightfully so, because like he kind of took the reins from Hickman, and I feel like he did a really good job of establishing his continuity. And it really just does feel like Gary Jerry is sitting over in the sandbox, just kind of like, look what I built. And we're like, okay, cool. And I hate that. I don't like that. So, who knows? I'm sure my review will be like, who and why was this written? But we'll see. We'll see. I like the cover. You know, seeing Cyclops in his classic uniform with the bell bottom boots and the bell bottom glove kind of thing. I like that. That's pretty cool. Whatever. All right. Next up from Al Ewing, we have Roxanne presents Thor: The Roxanne Age of Comics Begins, a one shot.
Yep. I am super stoked for this.
This is a meta, right? Because this book was written within the actual Thor comic book. And now it's coming to life.
Yeah.
It's so fucking meta. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. Potential pick of the week.
Yeah.
Even though I've been kind of down on Thor, I'll say it.
No, I get it. But yeah, the whole meta thing is like, we don't have someone like Al Ewing doing it, and yeah, this whole thing that like the Minotaur has literally taken the actual controlling the publishing rights of Thor and is going to change Thor by printing a book, and then now here it is in real life. I just love it. I think it's great. I fully trust in Al Ewing to tell a badass story.
We'll see. I'm eagerly excited to see what happens. All right, our last Marvel book of the night will be Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 3, Enter Storm and Killmonger. Woo! I'll also say this is a potential patois because this Black Panther run, this Ultimate Black Panther run slaps, dude. Like, I don't care if you think it's too basic and they're not doing enough new things. I don't care. This has been super fun, and the teasing of Storm up to now has been just giddy, and to finally get her, hopefully it would appear her here on it, dude. Like, I mean, obviously there's going to be a love triangle here going on with Okoye and Storm, or at least T'Challa is like mesmerized because there's this prophecy of Storm potentially being this woman that's going to lead him into the next phase of his life, and who knows how she's going to respond to that. And that's just got me going giddy, right? So I'm excited for it. This book has been way better than I expected.
Yeah. I'm also seriously contemplating the 1 in 10 Peach Memo cover.
It's you're like contemplating it, or you're just gonna get it because like it's a 1 in 10.
It's a 1 in 10. So I'm being budget conscious, but like damn.
Well, budget
content.
Yeah,
there's a design variant and like I'm not saying that who does the main covers? Yeah. Seeley. I'm not trying to say that his art. I love it.
Yeah. Come on.
That's her version of that Storm. Top notch.
Yeah. This is damn it. I better get to the shop before you. All right. Hey, I'm interrupting the video. It's only because I've got something really important to tell you. I know you know what we're giving away when we hit 2,000 subscribers. I gotta let you know about what we're giving away when we hit 1,250 subscribers. We're giving away this Uncanny X-Men #1 signed by Jim Chung, CVC grade 9.8. When we hit 1,250 subscribers, you could potentially win this, but you have to be subscribed to our channel. So hit that sub button, ring that bell, give us a like. Let's get back to the video, shall we? All right, let's jump over to DC with Batman Superman World's Finest, issue number 26. And we've got this, I don't even know what the storyline is, but you've got these like Looney Tune versions of the League kind of jumping into our universe. And like this has been established over like 2 different versions of an annual. Hey, look, here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Wade's on the book. Great, obviously. Dan Moore's on the book. Okay, I'm here. I'll read it. But just like we talked about previously in our most recent live show, DC for me is in a little bit of trouble. And I think it's part of it is my lack of experience with DC, but also I'm just not really interested in some of these storylines that we're telling over at DC. So, like, right now, what's carrying it, rightfully so, is the combo of the writer and artist. And so don't fuck it up.
Yeah, yeah. I agree to a certain extent. However, am going to go into this with arms wide open,
Okay.
not because I find myself interested in these characters or the previews that we have gotten to this story, but
Mhm.
because Wade and Maura have done a fantastic job of weaving past continuity, reopening continuity, inserting itself. That's pretty much the
Mhm.
whole thing that we're doing. Like that's the thing, right? Is we're doing retcons,
Right.
we're going into old continuity. That seems to be the thing. And every single time I've gone, I don't know about
Right.
good, and so I'm just gonna let them cook. I'm not even gonna say I'm
Okay.
worried. I'm not
You're
worried.
right.
I think it's gonna be. I know it'll
You're
be
right.
great.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted.
It's okay.
All right. Next up, we have Green Lantern War Journal issue number 8.
Yeah. This continues to be. Well, I was gonna say this continues to be my favorite book. However,
Mm.
last issue of Green Lantern was really good,
Very, very, very good.
mainly because my girl Jo was in it. However, this has been more consistent than I would say the other Green Lantern. Johnson has done a really fantastic job of not only telling this interesting Green Lantern story with John, but making it a deeply personal story. I love the kind of growth, the kind of character study that we're getting of John here, who happens to be my second favorite Lantern. So getting to see him up close like this and uh, how he kind of handles being this, we had Jeffrey Thorne's run a few years ago. Like, there's been this idea that like John's really the chosen. John's not
Right.
necessarily like going to be the best Lantern, but he's going to transcend Lanterns. He's going to be this Emerald Knight, and it seems like Johnson's running. No, no, no. I like that idea. We're going to keep that. So, maybe the baddies aren't the most creative. The the Blackest Night sort of baddies, but
Mm.
I'm okay with it. I really enjoy what so far. And
Sure.
Montos has been, I believe, every single issue so far and
Wow.
has killed it. So
Consistency. That's one thing you can't say DC is, and for some reason it's happening here.
it's
Weird.
happening here.
Interesting. All right. Next up, we have Nightwing issue number
Mm.
113 from Tom Taylor, Legacy 130 or 300. So this is a big kind of oversized issue. Like you said, we've got our main artist and we've got our Seven Secrets artist here, and then the
Mhm.
guy that actually created Nightwing also on the book.
Yeah, Marv
Look,
Wolfman.
that's all well and good. That's exciting. I'm just frustrated with the book right now because I know we're nearing towards the end of it, and it just doesn't feel like we're going to really get a resolution to what I feel like what made this book great, which was like this new villain who didn't give two shits about anybody but his own greed. And I feel like Heartless has just been really tossed aside. So, like, the reason why I'm worried is because we have so few issues left, and if we're gonna resolve it, it's not. It just feels like you have to assume that it's not going to feel very complete when you only have that many issues to talk about it. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure I am. But again, this is another contributing factor to why DC, in my mind, is really slipping at the moment.
I get that. I do. I do get that. However, I am going to again take
Yep.
the high road, and I'm going to say not only does
Wow,
this issue sound amazing,
Yep.
Tom Taylor hooking up with his original creator Bruno Redondo on this, but
Yep.
also hooking up with his creator with Seven Secrets, one of my very favorite books,
Yep.
Daniel Dinaculo. That makes me super excited. And getting a little Marv Wolfman story. There are very few people that are interested in reading story in this backup here because this is just a 49.9. I know it's a
Yeah.
anniversary, but it's not that big. Marv Wolfman's the one guy I'd be interested
That's what she said.
in. But I will even say I have total faith that the Heartless story wrapped up nice and Tom Taylor, being the absolute great man that he is going to leave it open for a new writer to come in and be able to keep going.
Sure. Yeah.
Great resurgence.
Yeah. I no doubt. Sure. Whatever. All right, our last book of the night is Wonder Woman issue number 8, and we're finally getting back to our original
It was one
storyline.
issue.
I
Finally, it was
still
one
fucking
issue.
hated it. It felt like it took forever to. Anyway,
I think it was the best issue yet.
Well, Wonder Woman got beat up, Darkseid's daughter, but then also got beat up and then got captured, and now she's in. She's been captured by this group, this baddie group that is, trying to establish a royal American family. What? Again, there are aspects of this book that are really fun, but King just it's thick. It's thicker than pudding. Like it just, and I desperately want to like this book because, like we've said before, we've never read Wonder Woman on this show. We want Wonder Woman involved, but it's either we've jumped in where they're so involved with the storyline that we'd feel just completely disconnected, or we get something like this where it just feels like the character herself it doesn't feel like she's being represented with her own voice. It's someone else telling a Wonder Woman story, and so that's kind of frustrating. So it doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon. And I kind of like am with you with that. What did you say, seller fallacy, or what did you call it?
Sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy. I feel like that's where I'm at with this book right now, where I've got so many here that I just have to finish it, even though I'm frustrated with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at too. I am frustrated with it. There are really good things about this book. They're really frustrating. It's like the art. Yeah. The art is phenomenal. Like Samprad's doing great. Mm-hmm. Not hearing Diana's voice for 6 straight issues. We only finally got, and I'm like, holy shit, Tom King can actually write Diana. What? Yeah. Who would have fucking guessed? He hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
And when he does write, he just, I think he gets paid by the letter or something because
he fucking writes.
But with all that being said, I'm still picking up issue 8, so I take it how you'll get it, right? I mean, it's good enough that I'm still reading it.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like, don't write about what's happening on the page. Don't describe to me in 15 different blurbs. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the show because I'm sure it'll happen. Happen. All right, that's going to do it for this week's new Comic Book Day video for the week of April 17th. Let us know down in the comments. What are you picking up today? What are you reading first? What's your potential pick of the week? We'd love to know. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're trying to hit 1,250 subscribers, but we can't do it without your help. So please, if you haven't already, hit that sub button, ring that bell, and give us a like. We'll catch you guys live this Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, where potentially it may just be a solo show, but Nate may be here. It all depends on how a move goes. But either way, you will be getting 2 Fat Guys Pull Us content Sunday, whether it's a live show or a pre-recorded show. You will hear about our opinions on these books on Sunday, starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. As always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.